past the house back there, there was a propane truck pulled in the driveway and slid off the side and laying on her side in the ditch. So here I get it on video when I come back up. Had the camera turned off when I went by. There's nothing exciting going on right now. The blades of my plow are holding up good. This is only the second set all season. We put about 11,000 kilometers on the truck this winter so far, so that's pretty good. They're segregated blades.
679.
They really cut good. They're easy to change. Nice blades, I like them.
I'm on the road. I believe you have my weight. Yes, I do. Thank you.
Go straight up here, that oil truck, or the propane truck's on the side. Just up where that pickup truck is, I'd say. There it is. I'm gonna blast some salt around because it'll be a record coming for him. Yeah. Gravel driveway's be pretty icy right now between the snow on it and then that little bit of snow today and the freezing ice pellets on top. I wouldn't want to be driving in the dirt. Here's where the drifting is, or the blowing here when I came by. Not much snow on the road, blowing right off, but this is one of the spots I usually get drifting and get any bad blowing snow. Just hope the side roads peel off this good when we finally do get to go on them. I think it should. It's going to be warm enough. It should keep it pretty soft. It should peel right off. air temperature -5 at the moment, and road temperature -4, so it's coming up some. That guy needs like aim that headlight right in my face.
Where you going?
I'm just making a double run on the portion of the road that gets the most traffic, and then I'll head out to the woods to the higher country. Figure there's more people coming home from work right now, so I'll get the main roads where people live, get them salted, and make it a little safer before I head out to the woods. Don't get a whole lot of traffic out there, so I think I'll go where the traffic is for now. Then I'll head to the county line. Let me get a good layer of salt on it, and that should be good for the night, I'm thinking. Unless it snows again. Might have to scrape it after the frost starts coming out, but that's probably not till after midnight. So I guess the next snow after today would be Sunday. It's supposed to start snowing in the afternoon. I'm on road patrol Sunday morning, so I got to go in for 4 o'clock and check the roads. And then if it starts snowing in the afternoon, I'll be there right till 5 o'clock probably. We're back on the day shift after Saturday. Winter's just flying by. It's, I think, what is it, 5 more weeks now, or 6 more weeks? 6 more, I think it is. Nice lighting this time of night when just after sunset. A little bit of freezing rain or ice pelts in the air right now. Not a whole lot, but maybe just starting. Salt seems to be working pretty good, I guess, so just running back into town, and then I'll turn around when I come out. I think I won't bother plowing. I'll just put some more salt down. I'll leave the, I don't want to scrape off the salt I already put down.
Yeah, go ahead.
That slush works pretty good.
Salt Springs, he's going to get a hold of you here in a few minutes.
You leave the slush on the road and with the brine mixed in, and seems to melt off real good.
Dead man switch in this channel. I'm just wondering if something didn't come on electric.
Just looking at the camera screen there, everything's so nice and pretty blue right now. With the naked eye, everything's kind of gray and dull, but I always like this time of night. Cameras always seem to pick up lights that we don't see or colors that we don't see. Get some pretty pictures just after sunset. The golden hour, they call it. Swing around up here and head back the other direction and run out to the county line, give that a scrape, and see what happens by the time we get back in town. See what things look like. Maybe I'll get on my other roads if things stay good. This is where the town truck turns as well. See, he was already here and turned and back in town. These roads are coming good by the looks of it. Oh. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna salt now. And it's already plowed. I don't want to plow off. The salt is already on there, and just kind of make it work into a slush, so that helps melt the ice off the road. And when it's time to clean up, it'll just peel right off like nothing. But it's pretty good traction, so a little salt on top shouldn't hurt, I should say. Nope. Every time we get a snow event, the news makes it out like it's the end of the world coming sometimes. I think they just do it to get everyone out shopping and panicking, spending their money. Most of the time it's false alarm, but that's what they seem to do anyways.
Three 7.4s on the scale, grind weight 2234. 2234. Perfect, thanks, Rob.
Yeah, it feels like the freezing rain's hitting now.
Back in the truck.
Copy that.
Here we are, heading for the woods. Last few houses the next mile, and then we're total darkness. Looks like a mixture of snow and ice pellets right now. Just when you get things kind of neatened up a bit, they get covered over again. Just like always. Seems we're just chasing it all year this year. Just scrape it and go back and scrape it again. The wind's picking up too. high country, and it's really getting windy now. Oh well, I don't think there's any getting ahead of it tonight. All you can do is go back and forth on your main roads and keep them open. Wait for it to warm up and scrape the side roads off. Hopefully they won't all frost up and turn icy. But if it's going to be that warm, they probably will. And then the temperature's going to drop again tomorrow, so they'll be freezing up again. See someone change that wiper I put on the pasture side. It went back to the old style I had on before, but that ice wiper blade I put on, was that Tricon or whatever it is, but it wasn't much of a blade, so I guess the other guy running the truck didn't like it and found a better one to fit it. I wouldn't say better, but better than it was. I'll have to get the mechanic to pick me up some winter blades. I found one winter blade and I got it on this side, which seems to be working out pretty good, but I just stuck what I could find on the other side, and apparently it was no good because somebody changed it again. So yeah, getting nasty now. It almost feels like rain. Temperature's up a little bit. It's -3 air temperature and -4 road temperature. I think it's supposed to get pretty windy tonight too. Couple of tire tracks where somebody was out here. Looks like, a little while ago though. I'm starting to look forward to spring coming. Just getting tired of this, all these little snowstorms or whatever you want to call them. Wish it was going to snow, give us something to play with, something to push, make it feel like we were working. This just feels like we're babysitting. Well, not as much snow on the road out here. Still see the center line there, so it must have been the salt still working. I don't think they got as much snow as we did earlier in town. It just doesn't seem to be as heavy on the road as it was back there. Just slow down, just check put my brakes on, see what it feels like. Not too bad. Just want to know what it felt like underneath after I scraped it. It could have got freezing rain before it got snow and turned to ice underneath, so I just wanted to double check and make sure I don't I don't like when it surprises you and you start sliding down the road sideways. It's pretty scary sometimes. Yeah, it looks more like snow now as I get further out here. When we get out to the end, it'll be raining for... Wouldn't surprise me anyways. I'm just cruising along 45 kilometers an hour. I think that's all I need to do. It seems to scrape this stuff off a little better when you're going a little slower. Starting to get hungry. I'm gonna have to have a little snack when I get out to the turnaround spot. Have a drink of coffee and a donut or something and stretch my legs. Head back in, get another load and do it all over again. Feels like Groundhog Day this winter. I thought I just plowed this road and look, it's the same way it was last time I was on it. This seems to keep repeating itself. Yeah, a little nasty road here. Not too bad, but just compared to town, it's a little dirtier. So we're back out in Trafalgar, my turning spot, the county line. We're just beyond the county line, I guess it is. But yes, a little bit of slush on the road. You can feel traction underneath. The other truck was here and gone already, so there's salt down. There's just a little bit of slush on the surface, but I think should work good. I thought I heard the plow truck coming, but I think he's already gone by. wind I hear blowing. I think they should have a light point straight up on your truck when you're driving. And you see that beam coming, you know the plow truck's coming down the road. And it's snowing. I think that'd be cool. Try to get a shot for my thumbnail. Ooh, shoot, something windy. I'm getting back in the truck before I blow away. It's warmer than it was earlier. It's probably -3 now. And feels damp, so I think we'll probably get some rain pretty soon. Heard another guy say it's supposed to rain by 10 o'clock, supposed to turn to rain, so that's when things will get interesting.
Alright, if you want to come back to the shop, then we'll look at it.
Ah, nice and warm in here. Brr.
I'm not too sure what to call it.
I call it a mess. I'm gonna dim this screen here. I can't see that bright light in my face.
It's got a bit of a mix, but I think it's more freezing rain.
Oh, freezing. There we go. Perfect.
A lot of people ain't driving in it from this road.
At least my brine was shut off. Somehow I shut my brine off. Oh, what's this?
It's when they all come out, but
yeah, people see it snowing, they want to get on the road, go spend some money or something. Ooh, I turned the heat down, it's getting hot in here. Yeah, I don't think there's any getting ahead of this stuff tonight. It just seems like it's going to do this all night. And it's going to warm up, and then the frost's going to come out and just scrape it some more. Showing, oh Jesus, showing 1 degree, but I was sitting still
what are
there.
you doing, Mark? You go later or not?
I don't think it's true reading because the truck was sitting
I
idling.
there first thing, already got a pass on it. Yeah, you just figured out, so if I know I'm gonna do it, I'll be doing it. So. I know, organized confusion. Yeah, pretty much.
my thermometer for the air temperature is right up by the front wheel, so when you're sitting still, it's getting heat off the engine. So you have to wait a minute for it to give me a true reading. But now that we're moving, it's saying they got 0 degrees air temperature and in -4 road temperature. But it's still snowing. If it's that warm, you think it'd be raining by now. No, she's still dropping, saying -1 air temperature now, so they put the thermometer in a bad spot. It takes the heat from the engine and gives you a false reading. Not so bad if you're moving, but as soon as you stop, you see the temperature go up.
Headquarters. Go ahead, Barry. Head out, load, salt, 27,100. Copy that, thank you.
Yeah, getting kind of nasty out here. This weather kind of reminds me of when I'm dreaming sometimes. It just seems like you're trying to do something, you just can't get it done. It just, like you're trying to run and you feel like you're in the mud up to your knees. Snow's coming down just fast enough to make the roads white, so you can't really tell if the salt's working or not. It's just getting covered up. Might be melting underneath the snow, but you don't see it working as good when there's no traffic on it, that's for sure. Kind of a leisurely ride tonight anyways. last on the turn here. Hit my performance button, listen to the difference. Downshifts, and it'll rev a couple hundred RPM higher with the performance mode kicked in, which is great for when you're plowing heavy snow, but tonight it's pretty light, so when it kicks out, I'm just kind of cruising along at an idle. The thing like with this truck, if you come to a hill, you just cruise like this. If you want to gear down, you just kick the pedal down to the floor, and oh, it didn't do it that time. Just started speeding up. Usually you kick it down, it'll gear down. There, it just did it there. Almost like a passing gear. Yeah, she's coming heavier now. It almost feels like it's turning to getting a little wetter as we're going along. Wouldn't be surprised if it turns to rain before I get back to town, or civilization, I should say. Man, heavy, some of that stuff coming off the blade. She's shooting off there. It's pretty good. See, they put a sensor in my heat poke today. It's not showing that I'm almost empty. Had a bad sensor, and the screen was saying I'm almost at a salt. So it's been on for a week or two. They finally got the sensor fixed, and the screen's back to normal.
Makes sense. No problem.
-2 air and -3 roads. A little bit warmer. Yeah, the road's completely white now. You can't tell that it plowed is on the way out. See a little bit of salt working where it blasted on the turns, but the way she's coming down now, it's covering up pretty quickly. Yeah, it's definitely going to be an all-nighter. funny, I looked at the radar like 2 o'clock this afternoon. It showed big clouds overhead. And if you watched it hourly there, it showed that it should have been all past us by 5 p.m. But I think it was a little slow or something, because it didn't start really snowing until the clouds passed us. So I don't know, maybe the radar's not reading properly, or I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, go ahead, wait.
You never predict the weather here in Nova Scotia.
27.
You want to see what the weather's doing? Look out the window.
Did you grind on that last load, wait? That's all right. Look at that thing. Wide override. 2690 on the scale.
I think I'll shut the camera down for a little bit. It's nothing exciting to see. Turn it back on, and I see a little change in the weather and the scenery. Gotta give this hill a good blast before it decides to turn to ice. I may not get up it later if I don't get the salt on her now and give her a real good dose. Just got the Jake brake holding me back there. Works good. Yeah, lots of snow flying. Said it kind of like ice pellets of snow that's on the ground. It's heavy. You hear it hitting the truck. It's kind of a dense snow. You get any amount of it, it gets to be pretty hard pushing. It's starting to drift pretty good back there too. Yeah, this stuff drifts. It kind of packs in, and if you're not careful, you hit it too hard, it'll put you right over the road on the other side.
Do you got a copy of dispatch?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Howie, I guess there was a tanker off the road on Foxbrook Road. If you're heading that way, just keep an eye out.
Yeah, I seen him there my first run down. He was in a side road in someone's driveway. He stood off on their side.
Okay, 10-4.
back into civilization. Just enough salt to get me back to the shed. Put a little sprinkle down the way back. Well, we got, I don't know, maybe a ton of salt left. The roads are all covered over again. It's already plowed earlier, but she's starting to cover over, except where it's blowing hard, it's blowing right off.
Brooks 679.
Go ahead, Lon.
Min 21.6.
Look at that.
Full moon there last night, and I'm just wondering if it's gonna end up coming out later on after midnight when this all this snow cloud, whatever is going overhead, passes. If it comes out, things will brighten out. Nice bright night for plowing. Oh, I got a car coming behind me. Makes me feel useful.
On the scale, Brian Lee. 2268. 2268.
Oh, another car coming towards me. Busy night tonight.
Got you there, Rob.
Everybody had to go in and get their storm chips.
Before I head out the trail again? No, buddy, I think I got her here. I just come off of this end of it. Just gonna take another pass down the other end and then go back to this end. Okay, at least we know where you'll be all night. Yeah, I think it would be fairly heavily designated to this. I've done the trail twice and it doesn't look like it's dusted. Yeah, I know. I just come back from my second run over to Grand Lair. Between the first and second run, it got just as bad. I would imagine by the time I make a pass down here, it'll look the same again.
It'll look like that all night.
We should all go home and come back later when it's done.
There's a plan.
You got it, lady.
Yeah, unless
Where are you getting over there? Just freezing rain?
somebody's following the plow truck, the roads are going to be pretty
Yeah, kind
shitty.
of freezing rain, ice pellet combination. Just nasty little mess.
You plow it off, only lasts for 5 minutes in this weather, and snow covered again.
Yeah, same here, I guess. Good thing they're tracking us with an ADL. At least it looked like we did something. And Lord. Don't know by the salt dome.
Back to the big city of Hopewell. You never know who's on the road, would you? It's pure white again. Doesn't seem to be quite as bad in here right now as it was there 5 miles ago. Yeah, the road in there then goes to -2 now, so it's slowly easing its way up. weird the way that geared down. I didn't even give it any throttle. Never seen it do that before. It's got a mind of its own. Didn't know what was going on with it. Guy's gonna have a grill full of snow. We parking that close to the road like that. I have to slip in the shop when I get back and adjust them low beams. They put these new headlights on. They must have aimed them in the daylight because they're not aimed very good. Put them on low beam, barely see a thing. Yeah, it's back to that freezing ice pellets now. By the sounds of it. Yes.
374 in the scale so far.
It's crazy weather. 20 below last night and it's going up to +4 tonight and then back down to I think -15 tomorrow. Get a lot of weather like that living this close to the ocean, I guess.
I got you, thank you.
Bright lights, buddy, I can't see. That's better. A little bit better, but seem to get that a lot. People coming at you, they won't dim their lights. They figure our lights are up higher, they must be getting them in the face, so they figure we got our high beams on, so they won't dim theirs. That's not a good thing to do because I'm bigger than them usually, so we tangle. I think I'm gonna win. Had somebody following me there a few weeks ago. He's behind me with high beams on. It's very annoying because it's right every time you go around and turn, the lights reflecting off the mirror right in my face. wasn't very fun. Yeah, the whole radar sure was off today. Wasn't even close.
I need to get a copy.
Yep.
Yeah, you're back from the truck, Dylan?
Yeah, sorry, I forgot that message.
No worries.
Good. Stop right.
$27,590, John.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I think the snow's all done. Seems to be anyways for now. So I'm just gonna make another run out the county line. It looks like it's clearing off pretty good out here. The salt's working. It's not as much snow out here as it was in town. So I'm gonna do a quick run out there and then I'm gonna start picking up my side roads. Hope the snow just doesn't start up again until tomorrow when the other shift is on. And I think it's all done for the night. I don't know if the guys will be out in the morning or not. It's only 10:30 now and we get finished up by 3 o'clock. Then the other shift probably won't be out because it's supposed to go up to +4 or 5 and then I think 6 a.m. is back down to -1 again. So should be lots of salt in the road to keep them bare in the meantime. So we just have to wait and see what happens. Nothing surprised me in this weather. The air temperature is 0 degrees now. Right now the road temperature is fluctuating between 0 and -1. So I'd say this run of salt should turn the roads black here before too long once it's warmed up another 1 or 2 degrees. start working real good, I guess. Yeah, it's starting to get hungry, so I called my wife and asked her to make me a sandwich, and she ran it out to me on the way by the house there. I pull off the side in the parking lot. She come across the road and give me some treats, so that was awful nice of her. So I can't wait to get out to the end of the run here and take a break and have a little bite to eat. Working up an appetite today. Yeah, this road stayed in a little better shape out here than it did in town. Doesn't look like it got as much snow out here last couple hours.
.008 with Lawsbrook.
Yeah, go ahead, Bill.
And no, 27,950.
Copy that.
Oh well, I'm going to shut the camera off and save the memory for when I get on some of the side roads. I might see some snow flying then. It's just kind of getting a little boring here now, not much to see, so we'll check it out in a few minutes. There, I can run the camera off my phone too, which is pretty cool. So somebody wanted to know what the controls did, so I'm going to show them. I'll start with the top one. There's 6 buttons here for different functions. So this top one, the one that's lit up, that is for my plow. So when that's activated, you pull the trigger. There's a trigger on the front here. You pull the trigger and push it ahead, and that drops your plow. You pull the trigger, pull it back, that lifts your plow. I'll stop it. And then this one, the next one, that's your wing. So you pull your trigger. Oh, I'll take it up in the tuck position, I'll show you. So the front wing's tucked there, so you press the button, and you go sideways, and that stretches it out and takes it at the untucked position. And once it's untucked, you push it forward and to the right, sort of to 2 o'clock, and that will let the front and the back of the wing drop evenly. You always try to get the back of your wing to touch before the front, because if the front hits first and catches something, it could cause it to kick up in the back, and it happens more often than you want to believe, but it sometimes comes up and it'll hit the cab, and I've seen it smash mirrors off and dent up the stacks and even smash the cab, and they had to replace part of the roof and the door on one truck. And this button here, that's the emergency button, so you pull the trigger and press that at the same time. That picks your wing up. So if you got to pick it up in a hurry, you just do that. You don't have to think about it. It picks it up. the way you want it. So I'm going to drop it down again. So then when you got your wing on the ground, you get going, you hold this button in. It takes a couple seconds, and then that puts it on float, so your wing will just float along over the road without, if you don't do that, it stays in one position, and you could bang, bang, bang if you start hitting bumps and that. So this lets it kind of float along as you're going down the road. This button here, that just turns your spreader on, your hydraulics for the e-poke. But you have to have this turned on your computer here first. And that just turns the spreader on. So if you do an intersection, then just press that button, that turns the spreader off. I mean, like if you're backing up, if you don't want the salt coming out, and then just press it again, that activates it. But I find when I'm doing intersection cleaning up, when I've got the wing picked up and I go to drop it and the spreader's on, it's really slow, so I always got to turn the spreader off. It lets the wing drop to the ground quicker and easier. And then you just got to remember to turn the spreader back on when you leave, because I've done that before too, where you get down the road and realize your spreader's not on. Now this button here, you press that and you hold the trigger, you pull it back. Oh, you got to hold the red button and the trigger for this one. You pull it back, that raises your box. You do the same thing, press the red button in the trigger and push ahead. That lowers your box. These here, this controls the amount of salt from 8.4, I don't know, is it grams per meter, 14.2, 18.4, and 20.9, which I run most of the time. Supposed to run this on 100 series highway, and for the secondary roads you just use 18.4. I don't know if you can see this, but this is your spread, and this will, you see it spreads, you'll throw the salt out 4 meters to the right, or you take it in to 1 meter so it's right behind the truck. And the same with this side, except this side you can go out, you'll throw it out 7 meters, so if you're on the highway you can do 2 lanes at the same time. Well, if you do both of them, you probably do 3 lanes, because it's going for 11 meters wide. It's 33 feet, so I usually run it either on 1 and 2 or 1.5 and 2.5, just depends on the conditions. And this button here, this is, press that, that's simulate speed. That lets the salt come out the same as if you're driving. Like it puts it out twice this rate, and it'll do it even if you're stopped, it'll put it out. So if you're doing intersections, you hit the simulate, and that'll just throw a lot of salt out and you know, get it where it needs to be. This is just a control for the tailgate, but there's no tailgate on it with the e-poke. Here's my temperature gauge. 5, the green 5, that means the air temperature, and the 3 in the red, that's your road temperature. But right now I'm sitting still, so the heat off the engines, it affects it because it's right out by the front wheel there. So if you're sitting idle and the heat from the engine gives you a false reading. It works good when you're going down the road, but it's, if you're sitting still, you get a false reading. And that just turns your flashing lights and your hydraulics on and off. This is your transmission, reverse, neutral, drive. You put it M for manual, you can shift it up and down, the plus and minus button. And then this is a performance button that gives you a couple hundred more RPMs when you're going. And that's it for the salter pretty much. This truck has got a retarder like for the Jake brake. It's right here, just at different stages. So, and I don't know, until the wheel it pulls up and down, it's very comfortable truck. It gives you lots of room getting in and out. So, yeah, I don't know if that explains everything, but that's all I can tell you for now. And if you got more questions, just send me a text and I'll see if I can answer them. Well, this thing here too, if you're, I guess it's more for Brian, if you're it's like little wings, so if you say you're putting brine or salt out and it's very windy, you can, like if the wind's coming this way, you can put it so it puts more out to the right than to the left, same on this side. But I seldom ever use that. It's there if you need it, but don't really need it. So this here button, that shows how much this is distance driven at 117 kilometers. I don't know what that's all about. I don't understand that. And 1,013 kilometers of spreads. I still don't know what that means. And then this is the amount of salt I use, 3,979 kgs. And this here is the amount of liters of brine I use. And right now it's 1,444 liters I use. So when I get back, I fill up full of brine. I go on the scale and I weigh it, and I tell them how much brine I used, and then I hit the reset, and then I go up and get another load of salt. That way they can keep track of the amount of salt and brine without confusing it all. So, oh, and this button here too, this button on the bottom, that's the same as simulate, but you got to hold it in. So if you just want a little squirt, this will turn it on and keep it on until you turn it back off. But if you're just going around turn, you need a little extra salt. You just hold that down and then let off when you're done, and that'll just give you a little extra burst. And here's the menus. This is your beacon, your work lamps, the pre-wetting. I can shut my pre-wet off, the brine, but and then roller neutral, I can turn my roller off. This button here will do it too. It'll turn the roller off and not let any salt come out, but the brine can still come. And then this here, the user settings, this is where I go in. This only when I bother is backlit. This just adjusts this screen. So at night I turn it down so I can see. So in the settings, that's just more stuff I don't use. And then this here is your material, the rock salt, sodium chloride, if you're putting it on the road for dust in the summer. So there's my rock salt. If I'm sanding roads, I go to that, or if I'm mixing salt and sand together, I use this setting. And all that does is it changes the amount of material that's coming out. So now it's 30 and go right up to 120. So it puts it out a lot quicker, but when you're sanding, you use more sand. So that's on a mixture there. I don't know. I'll go back to, so just sand. Let me see. Sand, yeah, same setting. Go up to from 30 up to 120. So usually I'll run it, if I'm sanding in the road, and it depends how much I need, usually runs around 90. And then good thing with this truck, I can sand the road. I just set it and put this over to the left. It doesn't go as far when you're on sand, but I can do both sides of the roads at once when I'm sanding, which is nice. Saves you making a double run. So I'll put that back on salt before I forget. Oh, that's sand. Rock salt 1. So there, we're back to rock salt. And roller neutral. I need my roller on to put the salt out, so I'll turn that back on. And that's about it for that. And there's an off and on switch here to the side. When you're done, you just shut it off, so you just to be on the safe side, I guess. I don't know. And sometimes I lose a button. What happens, I'll hit like say this simulate, I'll hold it down too long. If I do that, it'll disappear on me. So now it's not there anymore. So to get it back, I press this button and I hold it down. And this screen comes up, and then I can set that button for whatever I want. Right bus stop, left bus stop, roundabout. You can set it up for different salt patterns. So these are narrow in, parking, force, all that stuff. I don't really use that, so we go to my favorites. And this is where your pre-wetting, rotary light, and all that stuff is. And so I want that button to be simulate speed, so I'm going to press that. And I'll give it the check mark. And there it's back, so now it's there when I need it. So sometimes you get busy and you kind of forget you're doing something, you hold your finger on it too long, and then it disappears, and then you got to stop and put it on again. So I hope you got all that. The battery died just when I was getting towards the end, so I think I give you all the information you need for now anyway. So I'm just gonna head backward down. I had my lunch, a little snack, so I think I'm good to go now. It looks like it's starting to rain. I'm not sure what the temperature is because that thermometer is right by the front wheel, so I'll let you know in a few minutes what it is. So I'll turn on my heated mirrors. I'll put on my windshield, even though it doesn't do much. And I'll head back to town. There, my salter's back on. I'm going to go 1 on that side. I'll go 2.5 this side because I already plowed it. Drop my wing. Wipers on. I'm holding that button down. Now it's putting my wing on float. Oh, didn't hold it long enough. You have to hold about 3 or 4 seconds. There, now the wing's on float, so we're good to go. I gotta dim the screen some more though. User settings, backlight. There. It's better. And away we go. Tried to adjust my headlights, but I think I made it worse. I'll just have to stop again. I got this one, the left-hand side, pointing in the woods. I was aiming it. I was afraid it was going to point into oncoming traffic's face. So I don't know. These lights don't seem very bright. Maybe I just don't have the main right yet, but I'm going to have to jump out again up here. I made them worse instead of better. I tried to adjust them in the shop when I came back from my second load, and you really need to be so far away from a wall and point them on a wall to see where they're aiming, but it's kind of hard doing it in the shop with the wall was too close, plus the hallway was right in front of me, so we were just kind of guessing at it. And I'll get up here where it's a little darker on a good straight stretch. I'll try it again because it's good for a right hand turn, but it's no good for a left hand turn because it's pointing right. Yeah, it's pretty near rain coming there now. It's kind of like a mist in the air. Last time I looked, it was like maybe around 0 the air temperature, so I'd say she's coming up. It's supposed to be, I think, raining by 10 o'clock, somebody said. Here's a good spot. I'm just going to stop again and try this. Put on low beam in case a car comes around the corner. Put my window down. Looks a little better. A lot better on brights. The road feels good underneath. There's a little snow still on it where I scraped it, but it feels like there's traction, so should be good for traveling on. As long as you take your time and don't do anything crazy. And those glow beams seem kind of dim to me. I don't know if I like these lights or not. They're good on high beams, but they were brighter on low beams when I had them pointed more to the ground, but then they put on high beams, they weren't pointing far enough ahead. I'm going to blast this corner. So since the snow stopped, I think I'll run back in town. I'll just top up again, and then I can go around to my side roads. Make sure I got enough to do them all without getting half done. Have to go back, get some. I might as well get it first as last. You know, as they say, it's better to have it and not need it than need it than not have it. Now my temperature reading is 2 degrees air temperature and 0 road temperature, so that sounds about right. It seems a lot warmer, and that mist in the air tells me it's above freezing. See what I mean? This feels lazy when it comes out of performance mode. it gets kind of relaxed going. Then you need the power for get a bit of a hill. It just seems lazy. So somebody told me they run a Mack and they put it in performance mode and it stays in, and someone else told me that it's made to kick out just to save on fuel, and it knows when it doesn't need it, so it kicks out, which I thought was the case anyways. But it's weird because some days it'll stay in performance mode and other days it won't. And then somebody told me they run one, I think they're plowing somewhere with one of these Mack Granites, and they say they put it on, it stays on the whole day. So if there's a way to override it, I'd love to find out. So it's 25 to 12 by the time I go back, top up, and do my rounds on my side roads. It's probably going to be 3:30 in the morning. And if everything looks good, I'll take the truck back and wash her off, and fuel it up, clean it out, and get her ready for another day. So when we finish our shift, we have a fire hose at the shop, and we got a pump on it. We turn that on. We use the fire hose to wash all the salt and shit off it. So it does a real good job. And usually when I'll do that, and then I'll pull the truck in usually and take the pressure washer to it and give it another little blast just to get the windows clean. Try to get any more little residue off the cab, get rid of that salt as much as I can. So I'm going to turn this camera off, and when I get up on some of the back roads, I imagine there'll be snow flying there. Some snow flying here right now, but I'll save some memory for the back road, so I'll shut it down for now. heavier scraping here. It's first time I plowed it tonight because we were concentrating on the main road, but it snowed, then it was freezing ice pellets, then it was rain. So it was kind of a heavy snow. A little more scraping to get it off. Seems to be coming off pretty good though. I think this is a chip seal road, so I'm not putting any salt down. Hopefully it will melt off before morning. It's 1 degree air temperature now, 0 road temperature, so it's supposed to go up to 4 degrees, so in the next few hours it should soften up and maybe clear off before it starts freezing up again tomorrow. I don't want to go too fast on it. This kind of snow, you could dig in sometimes and start pushing the truck across the road.
Yeah, going back out.
So the main roads are all melting off pretty good. There's lots of salt on them, and the snow has stopped, and it's kind of a misty rain right now, so it's warming up. So now I'm going to go around and finish all my side roads, and that might do it for the night. Might be done here by 3:30 or 4 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock right now, so say it take me a couple hours to do those side roads.
You're just talking to me?
I don't think I'm going back up the county line. Lots of salt on the road and the main highway.
It's looking good now, everything's wet. Anyway, I'm just going to do one more quick pass on the main drag, get some slush off the road, and we should be golden.
Let's hope.
Yeah, it's sailing down here now.
Yeah, she's hard pushing. For a little bit of snow, it's kind of holding me back.
I need that big truck of yours, Rhino, down here on Big Island. I barely made it through. Trips in the bed as you run, or what? Yeah, like where all the rocks are, it all drifted there, so there was nowhere really to push it. I barely made it through. I think it made a big mess. I didn't know they're on there, so I could take a run down if you think I need it. Well, I'm going to go to the end, turn around, and then on the way out, if I can widen it out a little bit, it'll be good. It was pretty icy underneath the snow, and I don't have a whole lot of weight left over either.
You gotta have weight on you plowing snow. Especially when it's slippery underneath.
I'm just going to run that number 4 and I can run down there. Well, there's no drifts the rest of the way down. It blew off. Just those rocks stopped there. I'll give her a whirl and let you know. Airport. I think Paul likes playing with drifts anyways.
Yeah, he's kind of a drifter, sure was.
You almost need the grader down here and take all the snow from one side and put it over on the other side.
I'm pretty sure Mr. Bird doesn't have a problem with that.
Are we trying to get me there?
Yeah, 042 back into that 22,440. And I used 1998 brine.
Can hardly hear you. I'm gonna have to turn.
042 in with 22,440. And 1998 brine.
Okay, then, thank you.
It's currently 2 degrees now. So it's gonna come up at 2 or 3 more degrees by 6 o'clock in the morning. And it's gonna start dropping again. That yo-yo weather is up and down all the time. One of my side roads done, 2 more to go, and should be good. Starting to get all the snow because the road's not very flat right here. It's starting to get kind of beat up, so I'm only getting the high spots. I'm not getting down in the wheel tracks for the most part. do this road first while I got a full load on, so give me a little traction at the end where my turning spot. So I got to turn that dirt road, and I imagine it's going to be icy, so. Back up and clean this up a little better. Nobody come in. Can't get back far enough, but it gets better than it was. That wing's slow going down. I didn't have the spreader turned off there. Okay, let's go.
Copy to that.
Later.
You write down 392 Mount William Road. Right across the road from that, there's a tree that came down, I'd say a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago. If the boys could come down, knock a little bit of it off, it's just enough that it hits the wing when I'm going by.
Okay, Mount William Road.
Yeah, Mount William Road, the end that goes to Grand Abercrombie, not the one off Western Road.
You get it?
Thank you.
On the scale, set throwing weight, and 2310 liter heating, 2310.
You had 22220.
Easy number to remember.
Get on.
See the deer wandering around the roads tonight. Better keep an eye out for them. Seeing a lot of tracks here in this area. Yeah, there's not a lot of snow down, but you can feel it. It's kind of heavy scraping. I seen a deer the other night, and I see a bunch of tracks on the road, so they're in the area. Take lots of snow coming off my plow, so she's thick snow. Thick as in heavy, wet. Back on another chip seal road, so I won't be salting this. Hopefully with the warmer weather, once it gets scraped off, it'll melt off before morning. Yeah, camera shut off again. What I was saying was I scraped this snow off, and with the rise in temperatures, it should melt off before morning, hopefully, and if not, the day shift might have to come out and sand it there later on when it starts freezing up again, but hopefully it'll clear before the cold starts coming back. Yeah, she's hard pushing. Just so solid, that snow right now. It's almost like scraping like ice or frozen slush, I guess would be a better way to put it. Can't see the road behind myself right now, but I'd say she's peeling off pretty good by the feel of it. Now, right up the end of this field here is usually get a big drift. So I'll have to slow down a bit, because if it's drifted, it'll push me right over the road, that heavy snow tonight. It doesn't look too bad, so it should be alright. Right about here, you get some big drifts sometimes, certain weather conditions. See, the wind was blowing through here tonight. There's spots where there's barely any snow on the road. Surprised there's not more drifts. I think tonight I'm just going to back right down the hill to get turned, because I know if I try to do it on the flat up here, I'm going to end up spinning and maybe going sideways and possibly getting stuck. So I think I'll just play her safe and I'll go down the hill and then get a run at it. I tried to pull away right there right now, but it would just spin, and rather than be hard on the truck, I'm just gonna take my time and do it the safe way. Doesn't look like it's slippery, but I'm sure it's pretty icy underneath. I already seen a truck on its side. That propane truck pulled in that driveway and never got 10 feet, and he slid off it on his side.
Oh, front copy on 390.
That's what we do, yeah.
He has a truck at the shed there, a broken bolt in the leg, which I think that's
Everybody having wing problems
we can
tonight.
fix one of those in our tow truck.
Is that you right there, John C? Yep. You tapped down the connector, did you? Looks good. This end looks good. I did one side coming up on the other end. Or thank you, sir. You need a hand over there? I don't think, John. I think I'm just cleaning up these last couple of off ramps, and then I'm going to head back to the shed myself. Yeah, okay then.
Good plan.
These blades are getting a little wore out. Oh, I gotta go something else. You need a hand though, you need a show. 10-4, thank you, sir.
Didn't scrape off as good as the main roads that had a little salt underneath, but I'm seeing bare spots, so I think the sun's coming out tomorrow, so even if the sun comes out, it gets on those bare spots, it should melt off pretty good. If not, the day shift can come out and put a little sand on it. At least it's not shining it up underneath, it's still leaving it kind of rough, so there'll be traction there. Some nights if the snow's too wet and you peel it off and don't put any salt down, then it gets shiny and then it freezes and turns into a skating rink. But I think this is rough enough, even if it did freeze, it's still going to give you traction. That much. There. A little fresh air. I'm ready for another cup of coffee, but what is it? It's 1:30 now. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't drink any more this late at night. I want to be in bed by 5 o'clock. Might keep me up. I had trouble getting to sleep yesterday morning when I came home. Thank God, freezing rain warning ended. Don't like the freezing rain.
Raining out here, Stony River.
Not freezing out.
Good, temperature must be good out there.
I got 3 degrees air temperature now. 1 road temperature.
Usually means it's on its way that way.
So it's another 4 hours of warm weather. Cleared the roads pretty good. Slow down here. I'll put my salt back on.
What, 4 here too?
Plus
Something's
4.
coming.
Did you know there's only 44 Mondays until Christmas?
You,
I agree.
What time now? That doesn't say that it's going to turn to freezing again.
yes, it is.
I'm starting to get tired of the snow. Starting to think about summer and going for rides on my motorcycle and digging in the garden and all kinds of fun stuff like that. Winter doesn't seem to go by quite as quickly as summer for some reason. I guess time flies when you're having fun. Just not as much fun in the winter. I get tired. One more road to go. Kind of reminds you of spring, all this melting snow in the roads. Turn up here. I guess it's 3 roads I gotta do, but it's one road, but there's 3 different names on it. One big loop. The curb there, so I gotta hog this side of the road. If I meet someone, I'll have to pick the wing up, but usually pretty good come up through here. Sidewalk there, that's why there's a curb. It just ends right up around the corner at the seniors complex. So it's, what is it, quarter to two right now, so I'd say 3 o'clock I should be back to base. By the time I fill my brine, fuel up, wash the truck off, it's probably going to be 4 o'clock. It's not too bad, as long as I like to get to bed by at least 5. Before it starts getting bright out for sure, but if I go to bed by 5, I can get up by 11 and feel refreshed. It's going to be good weather for the next few days until Sunday. We'll be on day shift and I'm supposed to get some weather Sunday afternoon. They're saying there's going to be a big storm, but they always say that just to get people spending money. I think they got to deal with the department stores and grocery stores. Tell everyone they're going to be snowed in, so everyone gets out and spends a bunch of money. Always seems like when it starts snowing, everybody's got to get on the road and run to the store. Traffic gets heavy. Snow's heating up the fuel tonight. I already fueled up after my first trip and filled it up, and now I'm down to half a tank. And I only put 150 kilometers on it, maybe 160. That I'm not paying for the fuel. I filled a couple of jugs of fuel for my skid steer and excavator there last week, and it was $1.99 a liter, so it's 4.5 liters in the gallons. I figure out what's that? That's like, I don't know, $9.50 or something. Way too much. That friggin' carbon tax that idiot put on us. Put it up again April 1st, more carbon tax. I think it's going to be over 60 cents a liter, which is ridiculous. So, as soon as the election, we get that clown out of there and get our new prime minister, and he promised to tax the tax. People are hurt, and we don't need to be paying for ridiculous taxes. We're one of the greenest countries on the planet, and we're one of the only ones paying carbon tax. China's the biggest polluter, and they're not paying anything. So, I think it's just a scam and a money grab by the politicians. I'm just leaving it at that. I'm not going to say no more about politics. I'm just leaving it at that. I'm not going to say no more about politics. Clean up this intersection on my way by. I would say the grader will probably be on this road tomorrow. This dirt road in front of me. Clean it up. Unless it all melts by morning, who knows? Cheat a little bit here, do a little back dragging. One little piece of pie out there, I'm gonna get rid of it. There we go. Some guys don't like doing this cleanup work. I think it's fun. It's fun at night when you can see headlights coming if there's cars coming at you. Not a whole lot of traffic here at the best of the time. Middle of the night's even more quiet. I'm just gonna give that one more push. There, now I can get it with the wing. There, done. I hope you enjoy these videos. It's kind of fun doing this new format. Starting to get over my shyness and doing a little talking. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be when I first started, but just got to talk to the camera like you're talking to someone sitting next to you. If you screw up, you just correct yourself. I screw up all the time. So, if you like this video, please leave a comment and let me know. Be sure to subscribe. And I just thought I'd get this out before the camera dies. I'm on my last battery.
I felt like Gilligan trying to get off the island, but I got off.
Oh, Gilligan's Island.
Right on, some video here was.
Oh yeah, maybe Davey can come down in that new loader of ours, that 2-8 lathe, and clean it up today.
Anyways,
Yeah.
thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next video.
Well, you can turn around